Hi, my name's Jon Wedge and I'm Head of Financial Services here at BKL. Today I'm joined by two of my colleagues, Alisha and Elana, and we're here to discuss CASS 15. So Alisha, what is CASS 15? Why are the FCA introducing it and what are their aims?
So it's been brought in because there's been lots of failures in the way that some firms are safeguarding client monies. The rules are designed to enhance the protections that are given to clients whose monies are placed with these sorts of firms. In the past, there's been significant failures that the FCA have observed in the way that funds are being safeguarded, the systems and controls aren't what the FCA would expect, and as well as the documentation that surrounds those procedures as well is fallen short of the FCA expectations. The FCA now expect an awful lot more of these firms, given the volume of client transactions that are being processed, the amount of client funds that are being held, and just the risk to the wider UK population is now so high that these things now need to be addressed by firms and be taken seriously.
And so what are some of the key changes that are going to be coming in?
So the key changes are daily reconciliations. Most firms would have previously done this all the time, so this won't be a significant change for lots of firms, but daily reconciliations will now be mandatory. Firms will also have to engage with CASS auditors. Previously, firms could ask consultants or third-party experts to audit the safeguarding of their client funds, but now this must be carried out by statutory auditors, which is probably quite a key change. I'm sure Elana will talk about that shortly as well. But monthly CMAR returns, and by CMAR we mean client money and asset returns. You have to report to the FCA on a monthly basis how much client money you're holding. So the key part there is you have to make sure your books and records are kept up to date on a regular basis, as the FCA will expect to see that. Finally, CASS resolution pack, and that's in the event of an insolvency practitioner being able to come in on the event of a wind down, and the insolvency practitioner can distribute client funds on a timely basis.
Sounds like a lot to do.
It's a lot to do, yeah.
So Elana, what would the impact be on existing firms?
So I think a really key point is the number of breaches that are likely to be picked up in the audit reports, which may be something that will startle the EMIs initially, but I think actually the FCA are much more conscious of receiving a breaches report without any breaches on it, because that suggests that you don't have the systems required to pick up deficiencies, etc. And I guess that rolls into you really need to make sure that you've got the robust systems in place to pick up what's required under these new regulations. Another key point is the training. It's really key that you've got the staff and the expertise in your compliance and risk teams, and the FCA want to see that, and they want to see that being documented in policies and board meeting minutes. So when you have these board meetings, you need to make sure that you've got a section dedicated to risk management, and then that's documented again in the minutes.
So the FCA really want to see that this is a boardroom priority? Exactly
that. Yeah.
And so what practical steps should existing firms take now?
Something that would be really helpful is to do a gap analysis. You want to compare the safeguards that you've got in place currently with the expectations going forward under the new rules and identify where you've got gaps essentially. The other really key point is to engage with your auditors early. It's a rule throughout with the FCA. The earlier that you engage with the new practices, the better. So really engage with your auditors early.
Got it. And by putting this gap analysis in place, you can put a plan in place to bridge those gaps.
Exactly that.
And Alisha, what should new applicants be aware of?
Broadly, it's a lot of the same as what Elana said, but it's just making sure that when they are applying for the new licences that they're looking at what will the end state rules be in the future, not just what the current rules are now. And that will demonstrate to the FCA that they're a forward-thinking firm and that they're well aware of the regulatory climate that impacts them. As well, they need to be making sure that governance is at the heart of the business, and a good compliance culture is at the heart of the business, because the FCA will smell that from a mile away if those things aren't in place when they're doing new applications. So engage with auditors, engage with consultants as well, making sure that you've got your ICAR, you've got your wind down plans, and you already have auditors in place for when you do those applications.
Thanks Alisha, thanks Elana. So in summary, the actions that should be taken now are: 1, undertake a gap analysis, bridging where you are now to the new rules. 2, engage qualified professionals, consultants and auditors in order to help you put a plan in place to bridge those gaps. And 3, make sure that safeguarding is a standing board agenda item.